Welcome back to Car Mechanic 2015 with the Rude Man. And we're back in the garage. In the last episode, I struggled a little bit with our first job. And I made a few mistakes. And I rewatched the video and was yelling at myself about some of the things I overlooked that I was doing incorrectly. So we're going to try again with a second job and see if we can do a little bit better. So let's answer the phone and see what we have. Sloppy car steering. Ooh, 2 sloppy car steerings. General running gear, control and repair. And I can't do those yet, so I need to choose between sloppy car steering and sloppy car steering. The only difference is we have 2 different cars with different colors. Let's take this one. All right, it's a pretty little green car. So, first of all, let's take a look at the job order. Sway bar front end link needs to be fixed. So, let's take a look. Anything under the level of 70% needs to be replaced. And let's go for it. This should be pretty straightforward. Once we get in here, I'll show you. There goes the phone again. Let's see. Sway bar. We're going to have to move the car, I think, because this time we need to get underneath. So let's move it. Work management. Always keep your workplace clean and organized. Repairs requiring access to wheels and suspension will only be possible on the lifter. Others can be done elsewhere. To take a new job, you need to clear some space in the middle of your workshop so the client can leave their car there. Does that mean we can work on more than one car at the same time? Let's just go to the left lifter. These things are grayed out, which means we don't have the capability of using them yet. We do have the center space that we're using now, a left and a right lifter. So let's go with the left lifter for now. There's our car. All right, and let's lift it. Now, let's get underneath here and take a cursory look at what we're looking for. There's our bad part right there. Okay, and let's look at the other side here. Everything looks hunky-dory over there. All right, so we're in the normal mode. So let's take a look at that. That puts us into disassemble mode. Here's where I was making my mistake the last time. I kept left clicking on things, and to take things on and off you need to right click, and you kind of need to hold it down. So see the little wheel? Now I can left click. And if you remember in the last episode, those belts I was having trouble with, I was left clicking on them and I couldn't get anything to happen. And so that's where I was making my mistake. And then I got myself confused by thinking that I had done something wrong or I hadn't put something on, which I kind of did. But anyway, make a long story short, I wasn't using my mouse correctly. So, because I kept left clicking and nothing would happen. Well, you have to right click and then left click. So there we go. Let's see, that needs to come off. And I'm not sure how much has to come off, so let's go in here and see if I can get to this now. Maybe I didn't need to take that apart at all. Oh well. Practice makes perfect, right? Alright, so we got that part off, and we didn't need to take all of this stuff off. So let's go into assemble mode and put our pieces back. Didn't need to take the brakes apart. What else came off here? Anything? Nothing. Oh, wait, what's that? What was that? What was that? What was that? All right, let's get out of here. Take a look at the inventory. And let's see, I've got some... Oh, I got stuff from the last job I can sell. I don't want to do it right now, though. The rim is okay, but that needs to be replaced. So it's sway bar front end link A. Got to remember that. Where's my desk? Let's go to S. Sway bar front end link A. That's it right there. $29. Let's buy it. Okay. This garage is a lot bigger than the one I used to have. I'm kind of getting lost in here. All right, let's now we need to go to assemble parts. And let's get up in here. And let's see, where's our part? Where does it go? Where did it go? Suspension. All right, there we go. For some reason, we kept clicking on body. So, where does my piece go? Maybe I did have to take that part off. You suppose? Where does my piece go? Where does it go? Disassemble, assemble, assemble. There we go. All right. Put that back on. One nut and bolt there, and one there. And then we can put the rim back on. Pretty simple job, and I'm making it difficult. Alright, let's take a look. Inventory. We don't have any spare parts, just junk. That's good. And then let's sit down. And I don't know if I have to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to move it over to the center spot. And then let's take a look at the work order. And it looks like everything's good. I still don't understand how this works. We spent $29. We got a bonus of $14 for completing the task, and a bonus of 14, you know, for doing the job. But 14 and 14 is, I don't understand. It looks like we shouldn't have made any money, but it says we earned $57. So I'm missing something here, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it makes any difference. There you go. All right, let's see what else we got. Take a look at the phone. I can do another... Oh, wait a minute. Well, I can do this again. Yeah, before we do that, let me go to the inventory and sell that stuff. There's going to come a point where I can repair some things. But there's no way you're going to be able to repair a belt. Alright, so there we go. Now, before we get the next job, let me go to the computer and let's look at bank loan Apply for a one-time bank loan. No, I don't want to do that. Wheel shop. Oh, can buy wheels, body parts, and auto car parts. Okay. Now there was, though, in the other game, you could do study to improve your skills, and I thought you did that from the computer, but it doesn't look like you can do that now. So, exhaust gearbox. Yeah, there used to be a thing here that you would read a book, do some studying, and improve your skills. But it doesn't look like you can do that now. No, I don't want to buy a spark plug. All right, let's get out of here and take another job. Yeah, let's do this one since we already did one. We'll do another one. And it should take us very little time. So let's run over here. Let's move the car to a lifter. Lift the car. All right, and let's get in here. Phones are ringing again. Oh, wait a minute. This is a different. Uh-oh. I assumed it was the same side of the car, and it doesn't appear to be. I should have looked at the work order. Outer tie rod. Okay, so it's a different part. The outer tie rod, which is not the part that we were looking at. Alright, let's take a look. There it is, right there. So it's a different part this time. Alright, let's go make sure that we're looking at the same part. Outer tie rod. Wow, it was shot, wasn't it? There it is, outer tie rod. Alright, let's buy one of those. And let's run over and put it in. Assemble mode. Make sure you put the new one back in. Okay. And then let's put the rim back. I'm not even sure if I had to take the rim off. Probably not. But hey, we're getting experience, right? Why these cars are shiny. Everybody must wash and wax them before they bring them in. Okay, look at the work order. Job well done. 41 bucks. What's next? Okay, we have some unavailable. But we do have timing needs replacing, repair all running gear faults. Let's do this one. It's a Rhino Piccola. Does that look like a rhino to you? I thought rhinos were big and had a horn in the front. Well, this probably does have a horn in the front, but look at the work order. Okay, belt tensioner, timing belt, water pump. Didn't we do this before? Wasn't this our first job? Now we know how to do it. All right, so let's open the bonnet. That's how they call it. Phone's leaking. That's weird. Okay. What happened? the the game phone and my real phone was going off at the same time. Crazy, man. Crazy. All right, let's get into this. First of all, we can see the bad parts. Let's get in here. And let's get them off. I guess you have to take the belts off in order. Okay, so there's our bad parts. Now, let me make sure what we're looking at here. Okay, so we got belt tensioner's bad. Oh, that's from the other job. The water pump is bad. Okay, we didn't go in far enough, did we? Okay, yeah, we got to take this timing belt cover off. Alright, and then let's look at the timing belt. Okay, and let's go to our inventory again. And the timing belt is 1%. Oh my goodness gracious. So it's pretty bad. Let's go get our parts. Now we need to make sure we get the correct parts. A timing belt, water pump, and a belt tensioner. The water pump is an R4. Timing belt and the belt tensioner are just normal, so make sure we get the right parts. I'm gonna get lost. I always get lost. I tried to go up there too. It won't let you up there. Too bad. Looked like fun. All right, so engine parts. Let's go to belt tensioner. We need one of those. Timing belt. Okay, timing belt V8. We just need a timing belt. And a water pump for an R4 water pump. Right. Okay, we've got our parts. Let's see if they fit. I've done that before. I bought the wrong parts. In 2014, I did it a couple times. I got in a big hurry and went in and ordered the wrong darn parts. So now we need to make sure we're in assemble mode. And here's where I was making my mistake before. I kept clicking this and couldn't figure out why it wouldn't go on. You have to hold the right button down and select the part you want to mount, and I wasn't doing that properly. Okay, so now that's on there. Now it will let me put the cover on. So in the last episode, I kept thinking that I had put the belt on while I hadn't. All I was seeing was the silhouette that was telling me what needed to go where. And with this job, I neglected to look to see what percentage the parts we were supposed to replace. But 75% seems to be, you know, pretty good shape, so. Okay. Now we need to put the water pump back in. The new one, not the old one. And then put our belts. So the first one, that serpentine goes on first. And then this one here. See, this is where I made a mistake last time too. I jumped right up to there. I didn't see this silhouette here. But that belt then has to go on. And then the belt tensioner. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, let's see if we have any parts left over. And we do not. Look at the work order. Everything looks hunky-dory. $429. Good deal. Let's sell our parts before we get carried away. And run to the phone. We're on a roll now. A jelly roll. Okay, still we can't take those. A category. Oh, I thought it said catty girl. Katie girl. All right, so we have repair all running gear or replace engine oil and filter. That sounds pretty simple. Let's do that one. Now, I'm only thinking that it's simple. In the last game, when you put the thing to change to oil, and you had to put it on a lift, and then you had to grab an oil thingy-me-bobber, which I don't see. It was like a piece of equipment you drug over underneath, and your oil dropped down in it, like an oil can. But I don't see it here, so I'm not quite sure. God, that phone would drive you nuts, won't it? Toolbox. Yeah, I don't see. So let's see what we have to do. Oh, there it is, way over there. All right, let's first take a look at the work order. Drain the oil and refill with new, and put a new filter on. It's an R4 filter. Should be pretty simple. Okay, so first of all, though, we need to move the vehicle. Let's move it. Yeah, we'll just use the same thing. Okay, so what do we need to be looking at? Where's the oil? Oil pan. Drain oil plug. Oh shoot, oh shoot. That probably wasn't the thing to do, was it? Let me go see. I just poured oil all over the place. Does this not? There we go. Oh man, that wasn't good. I got oil all over the place. How do you know if it's lined up? Because I can't reach the plug now. How do I know that's where it's supposed to be? That's what I want to know. What's happening? Does it think I've already drained it? I bet it does. I bet it does. Is that even under where it's supposed to go? I guess it is. Hard to tell. Crud. Yeah, I think I've drained the oil and it went all over the floor. Oh my god. Oh, that's not good. Well, we put this thing back. Jeez. Oh, all right, let's drop it. Talk about a fail. Okay. Where's the oil dipstick? Okay, that's all fine and well, but where is the spout that the oil goes in? Exhaust manifold cover. Keep oil level. So there's no oil on it. That's not. But where does the oil go? Here, remember when I said this was going to be an easy job? Normally there's a spout for the oil. Is it on the top? What's that? Oil. There it is. There it is. Right there. How much does it take? Is that it? Is that how much it takes? Ooh, money sound. All right, let's back out. Take a look at the work order. Oh, I didn't change the filter. Where the hell's the filter? That would be on the bottom, wouldn't it? I should have changed the filter before I put the stupid thing back on. Alright, run over to the desk. Get a filter for an R4. Oil filter, R4. Oil pan Henry. Oil filter R4. Alright, buy one of those. Run back over here. And here I thought this was going to be an easy job. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, assemble. I need to go to assemble. There we go. Okay. Crazy man. Alright. Job order. Everything looks good. Let's, I don't think you have to do this, but let's try to keep it clean. And, now, the thing, here, look, if you're not pointing at the car, you can't get the work order. You have to point at the car before you can get the work order. But anyway, hey, we made $149. Cool. Alright, one more. Maybe. Running gear. General running gear. So we have running gear and general running gear. Okay, work order. Alright, front shock absorber cap, a rear suspension arm, and a rubber bushing. 77% is what we're supposed to repair. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to put this on a lift. Maybe, sorta, kinda. So let's move it to our lift. There's the phone ringing again. Okay, so let's see if we take a look at the suspension. Let's get up in it and let's take a look. Okay, so let me get up. There, right there. That one's bad. So we'll take that off. And then what else was it talking about? Let's go down to the back of, whoa. get oriented here. All right, we're not looking at the exhaust. We're looking at suspension. Oh yes, look at that. Is that the bushing that's bad? Wouldn't count on it, but you never know. So it's not going to do that. Let's do this. Take the bushing out. And then we have 3 of those. Okay, we get that off. Now that we can't take for granted that that was the bushing that was bad. If you know what I mean. But let's take a look over here. Nope, look, I think that's the bushing that's bad. Right there. Yeah, it is. So we have a good bushing and a bad bushing. Are you a good bushing or a bad bushing? All right, let's go get our parts. First of all, take a look at the inventory. We can get rid of that. Are you sure you want to sell that? Yeah, sell that. Okay, that's bad condition, so we need a front shock absorber cap, a rear suspension arm, and a rubber bushing. So a rear suspension arm. Oh, let's look at the running gear. Rear suspension arm. Oh wait, before we do that. Front shock absorber cap. We need one of those. And rear suspension. Uh-oh. Is that it right there? Because I don't remember an A and a B. So that must be it. But it's $175. I don't want to make a mistake. Rubber bushing. Rubber baby buggy bumper. Say that 100 times. Small rubber bushing. Rubber bushing. I think it's just a rubber bushing. Alright, let me look at the inventory again. It was just a rubber bushing, and it is just a rear suspension arm. Alrighty. So, rear suspension arm. Okay, back to work. Let's start off with the cap here. Okay, we're going to go into assemble mode and put that thing back on. And then we're going to move back to the back of the car and get back into suspension. And let's put that bushing, or that rubber baby buggy bumper thing in. Whoops. Alright, what's going on? How come it's not letting me get up in it there? Oh, we need to be in assemble mode. No wonder. Alright, so we'll put the new one in there. And then let's move over to the other side. And we need to put the suspension arm in. Oh look, I can screw right through the tire. Well, you always need a good rubber. Oh, never mind. I didn't say that, did I? Let's put that thing back. Alrighty. Let's load this. Take a look at the work order. Everything looks good. I'm going to move the car just because I can. Man, I tell you, these are the shiniest cars I've ever seen. And, ooh, $509 for that. Okay, well, we've done pretty good today. We have 4 jobs waiting. Our experience is $680, and we've made $2,775. I think it's time for a coffee break. Oh, we can't use the coffee machine? Why do you have it if you can't use it? And I don't want to use that. All right, we're going to call it an episode here, and we're getting a little bit better. We did pretty good today. I only hem-hawed a little bit. I screwed up, got oil all over, so I'm going to be... Ooh, is that my oil puddle? I'm going to be cleaning that up while we're waiting for the next episode. And I hope to see you there. Have fun in the garage.